Alright, welcome back to Nihilai Gaming. I am Vox, and we had a pretty successful raid last game. We are back in friendly lobbies. We have been for a little bit, so that's dope. Until I start getting bored of it again, and then I want to go back to PvP lobbies, and then I get frustrated with PvP lobbies and start bitching about PvP lobbies, and then end up wanting to go back to friendly lobbies. But, anyways. We're going to go ahead, run into the spaceport on a night raid, because that's active right now, with the spaceport warehouse key. We're just running Looting Mark II, because I think I'm all out of advanced electrical components. Oh, no, I guess I do have some. I was low on processors. Alright, well if that's the case, then we're actually looting Mark III instead, because there's not a whole lot of, like, valuables to be found on Spaceport. Not that you don't find them, it's just not as good as, like, Buried City. So there's no reason to have the 3 augmented slots for valuables, or what do they call them? Trinkets. They call them trinkets in this game. Anyways, we got Scrappy a whole bunch of food, so he should be good for a while. And yeah, let's hit it. Basic heals and a Tempest 4 and Berletta 4. Only bringing out the Tempest because we just 3-starred the Bastion trial by just doing the Deadline Lure Grenade combo. So if you're just trying to 3-star it and you don't care about getting a whole bunch of points, I guess that's the best way to do it. I still need to test, or really just go back and see how much damage I did with the 10 blaze grenades, because there was like 4,000 points of damage with the Deadline, so that's pretty... I've always said I don't know if it's better to just Deadline them or like blaze grenade them to try to maximize points, but now I'm starting to think that the Deadline is the best way to go, but who knows. Going back and forth, so we need to get to the shipping warehouse. Alright. Let's peek our heads out. This is actually a decent spawn for that. You know what, before we head over there, let's try and get to the top of the arrival building and see if we can be the first ones to that gun case if it spawned. Doop 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 doop. And now that I think about it, I need to be getting resources together to make a new Kanto, because the last Kanto I had I actually got murdered with trying to climb up here from the other side. Alright, we'll take that. Oh, Ian, you can't upload my video. God damn it. Try and redo that now while we're playing. It almost has it uploaded. Alright, cool. Back to it. We'll go back down the way we came in. Really do need to just start bringing in snap hooks with me, or zip lines, and it doesn't want to upload again. We'll try that again after this game. It's probably just too much for my PlayStation to handle. Uh-oh. Oh, we missed. Alright, good. Alright. I need to go up, that's right. Turned around. There's no staircase there, we have to go over here. But while we're down here, super low on rubber parts, and we actually are low on oil too. This just gives us, what, voltage converters? We're good on voltage converters, and we're good on wires, so we don't need to break them down into wires. What are those used again for? I think like showstoppers? Oh, he's mad at somebody else, okay. Uh-oh. Poor guy. We could go save him. But nah. That's a him problem, not a me problem. He probably has Survivor on anyways. Right, right. Speaking of Survivor, it would be super duper dope if we found it in here. We want that for metal parts. We are super low on metal parts. I'll take a Torrente. We don't care about the power cable though. I'll take an Osprey. Grab some more ammo. We'll drop this stack though. I can't imagine we'll need to get the anvil out. Barricade kit. We are super low on fabric though. Grab that. We'll take a Toro. We'll take a silencer too. Maybe I'll even put it on the Beretta. Just for funsies. Just for funsies. It really only seems to matter in PvP. I could be wrong about this, but I don't think the ARC are affected, like, at all by the silencers. Like I said, I could be completely wrong about that, but it seems like it doesn't really help with them. Alright, we're gonna leave the Arpeggio. I mean, we'll break it down, I guess, for the gun parts. But we don't really care about Arpeggios. It's probably my least favorite gun in the game. Okay, we'll take that. Why are we taking it is a good question. There's got to be some areas to zip to on Spaceport. Not for, like, you know, just to be on top of it. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm being OCD for a second. I want to get all these parts, you know. There. Cool. But I mean, yeah, like, I know, like, sure, there's plenty of things to, like, buildings you can zip on top of, especially if you want to be, like, a sniper camper, pick off people, which I may or may not have done a couple dozen times. But, you know, there's got to be some, like, hidden loot areas that I don't know about. Kind of like how you can get onto the hospital. And we are all fat now. Maybe I'll break down this anvil. I have quite a few anvils back at home, but if we can bring it back with us, that'd be better. I don't even know. We'll put this here. What else should we put in our safe pocket just to be safe? What do we need the most of right now? You know what, we'll drop this syringe. I think we have plenty of syringes. I could be wrong. And I don't know. Yeah, we'll drop that as well. I think we're okay on crude explosives. Pretty sure we're good on chemicals, so even if we need to make more crude explosives. I just want to keep looting. I don't want to just take off now. Alright, are there any more? Here's some. And we're fat again. You know, maybe we can be a super cool, nice guy and share some of these guns with people. There's somebody around here. Hello. think he's chill.
Hey, Raider!
Hold on, we'll give him an Osprey if he wants it.
Friendly, Mike. Friendly, Mike. Oh, shit, you right here. I'm over here screaming this shit. You right here, bro.
Alright.
Free snitch. You get the fuck.
That's actually scared him. Which I thought was funny. Alright, yeah, we'll give him the Osprey. We don't really care. Oh. Somebody just was shooting at him. I don't know. Somebody was shooting at him and he just went down. I think. Somebody went down. I don't know who. We're just gonna pretend like we don't know what happened. Well, we honestly don't know what happened, but anyways. You know what, we're gonna break down this Toro too. We don't really need a Toro. We might break down the Anvil. We'll keep the Torrente though. Yeah, we're gonna break down the Anvil. Just to make space. I mean, I am actually very curious what happened. I heard somebody's shield pop and then I heard somebody go down. I think we're good on chemicals, but we do want oil. Can you refine the chemicals into oil? Kind of weird if you could. She might be able to do that. Maybe we can get advanced electrical components out of these. No, but we get some rubber parts, why not? Always want springs. So I'm good on springs right now, but it won't be for long. Just kind of how it goes. Might have to fight a shredder here in a second. Yeah, it's right here. Let's fight it over here. There we go. That's probably a leaper. I think it's plastic. We don't care about plastic. Is there like a firefly or something stuck right there? No, there's a comet right there though. I'm just gonna avoid that for the time being. Kind of surprised nobody's looted the tunnel. We spawned here. I thought, like, oh, maybe I should come down here and loot this first before hitting up the locked room, but another anvil. We're just gonna break that down. Okay, interesting. So if you break it down in the case, you don't get the ammo? It's weird. You know what? We're gonna drop this one. Full stack's good enough. We have so many back in the base. If I'd seen more seeds earlier, maybe I would have taken those, but I'm not taking chemicals, although maybe I should. Somebody's messing with the leaper. Ah, yes, advanced electrical components. That's the good stuff. That has something to do with the quest. don't need magnets. Light bulb. We will take the explosive compounds. And we'll just break this down. Somebody's getting shot at. Alright, we got a full stack of rubber. We'll call that good. Let's go up and see what the hell's going on, man. Somebody was just shooting at that bro. While he's trying to fight the Leaper. As much as I don't want to end up in PvP hell, I don't think it's cool to do that. Okay, I think he was fighting it from inside the departure building. So we'll head back up. Oh, that actually really hurt. Somebody went down way over there. Why is it so mad at me?
Hey, hello!
What's up, buddy? There's a man on top of a departure that was just popping my dumb ass for no reason, so watch yourself.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I mean, I heard that. I'll believe him. Because I'm pretty sure he was the one saying chill, chill, chill. The fact that he's still alive is odd. If that was the case. But, alright. Well, you know, we're pretty much full, so thought about staying down. You know, we'll head back down into the tunnels just real quick. Maybe we can get some more advanced electrical components or something. Pew. It's like playing Splinter Cell. Y'all remember the Splinter Cell games? I remember the ones I played on the PS2 were too hard for me when I was like a kid. But I was able to play them because they were T for teen. I wasn't allowed to start playing rated M games until I was like 11, which I don't know. I literally had to beg, like, come on, Mom, let me get Halo 3. All my friends are playing it. And I'm glad she crumbled for that, because Halo 3 was amazing. Halo 3 isn't even all that bloody, too, in comparison to a lot of games. In fact, I remember, no, the first rated M game she bought me that I had to beg her for was a Predator game for the PlayStation 2. And I could never get past like the second level. It was too hard for me again. You know, clunky PlayStation game, and but that game was like super brutal. I was like, dude, it literally was like letting you collect the trophies and like flay people alive and shit like that. And then I had to beg her to get me Halo 3, and then after Halo 3 she just stopped caring. But yeah, kind of funny. And at the same time, she never cared what I watched, so I don't know why violent video games are such an issue for her. Like, she used to let me watch South Park. Like, at any age, like, I was just always allowed to watch South Park. And it's like, you're not gonna let me play rated M games? Shit, there's plenty of episodes in South Park that are super gory. In fact, come to think of it, back in the day, Kenny would die every single episode. Kind of forgot about that. The "oh my god, you killed Kenny" joke, you know. You bastards. Out of all the adult cartoons, South Park was definitely the most disturbing and disgusting and hilarious all at the same time. Family Guy, kind of lame. Alright, we're gonna head out of here now. We pretty much searched the entire tunnel. It's this guy.
Don't shoot. Hello? Hello? All right.
Alright, this guy seems chill. But if we hear him pull out his gun, we got issues.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. Like 10 minutes to return. I repeat, 10 minutes.
All right.
You got any room for this? Yeah, we do now. Hold on, let's salvage this. But we actually want the snitch scanner. Alright, I'll hit the button.
Oh,
Whoops.
sorry, brother. You didn't say anything.
Alright. Yeah. I used to like Family Guy, but it's actually kind of lazy looking back on it. All the other, like the South Park guys, Matt Trey, whatever, Parker Stone, kind of shit on Family Guy. And in retrospect, King of the Hill was hilarious, although it's not quite as raunchy. Rick and Morty really fell off fast. That was such a fucking craze. Everybody was so into it, and then, I don't know, I guess the writers got into like some disputes or whatever, and one of them got fired. I think I heard something about a pedo claim from one of them, actually. That show fell off so fucking fast. Like, such a hit to just, like, yeah. I mean, it got stupid, too. It just stopped being good really, really quickly. I think towards the third season. They also, like, people started deep diving into the lore, and the show kind of made fun of that, but still continued to, like, develop a lore for it. So that was kind of dumb. But Family Guy's writing's kind of lazy. I think they're still making Family Guy, too. Oddly enough, even though it's like the same people, American Dad, like Seth MacFarlane and all that, I actually do like American Dad. And the Cleveland Show had some good episodes, but for the most part it was meh. What other adult cartoons were there? Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that one's always hilarious. It's sad that Smiling Friends is ending, but, you know, when you listen to Zach and the other guy who plays Pim, I forget his name, it makes sense why they're stopping that. But anyways, that's enough of my bullshit opinions. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, and peace.